This video is to be used for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performance does not guarantee future results. Trading stocks, options, and spot currencies involves substantial risk, and there's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. No representations are being made that any software or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. This is the Premier Trade Market Wrap.
This is the Market Wrap on a Wednesday. Jack Lott on the James Dix Financial Network. The Federal Open Market Committee lowered its target for overnight interest rates by a quarter percentage point to 4.5% today. That's the lowest Fed funds rate in the 10-year so far of Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke. Quarter-point drop in the rate was expected by traders and economists. However, the vote was reportedly not unanimous. The U.S. economy shook off the worst housing downturn in a generation to grow at a 3.9% annual pace in the third quarter. That's the best performance in 6 quarters. The increase in gross domestic product was better than the 3.4% gain that had been expected. ADP reported that private payrolls grew by 106,000 in October. That followed a revised 61,000 gain in September. And U.S. compensation costs rose 0.8% in the third quarter. As benefits eased a bit, the increase in quarterly employment costs was below the expectations. Gains in spending on commercial and public construction projects offset another decline in spending on housing projects in September, pushing overall construction spending up by 0.3%. And crude supplies fell by 3.9 million barrels to 312.7 million in the week ending October 26th. Gas supplies rose by 1.3 million barrels to 195.1 million barrels. Other news today, J.P. Morgan Chase announced that its mortgage origination rose 35% in the third quarter from a year ago, reaching $39.2 billion. Google's in discussions with Verizon to bring cell phones to market customized for Google's software. Google is expected to make an announcement related to its mobile plans in the next couple of weeks and hopes to have customized phones in the market sometime in the middle of next year. By the way, Google shares reaching over $700 earlier in the day. Alcatel-Lucent said it will cut a further 4,000 jobs and replace its chief financial officer after it posted its third straight quarterly loss. Walmart stores said it will begin offering holiday deals to customers beginning on Friday. The company said instead of waiting until the day after Thanksgiving, the traditional start of the holiday shopping season, it will offer the holiday prices 3 weeks early. Well, in Forex news today, prior to this afternoon's Fed decision, analysts pondered the Fed's next move on interest rates, while currency investors considered the possible and likely market reaction. The consensus for both is a matter of degree, not direction. As no one was expecting an interest rate hike, no one bet on a sustained dollar rally this quarter either, and just as bad economic or corporate headlines or even record high oil prices rarely seem to derail stock market rallies these days. Nothing the Fed could possibly deliver was likely to stop or prevent the dollar's decline. Whatever the Fed decided to do, the dollar was likely to bear the near-term brunt of the market's reaction either way and then move in one direction, and that would be down. Whether or not the Fed decided to cut rates today, many analysts believe that the dollar is in for a near-term global beating. Meanwhile, sterling rose to a 26-year high against the dollar after a member of the Bank of England's Monetary Policy Committee questioned the need for a near-term cut in UK interest rates. Fears over the effect of the credit squeeze on the economy, combined with signs of a slowdown in the housing market, have seen market price in cut as the next move in UK interest rates, which at present stand at 5.75%. And in Asia, the Hong Kong dollar hit the upper end of its trading band for the first time this week, prompting the Hong Kong Monetary Authority to refute speculation that it would abandon its peg against the U.S. dollar. Analysts said speculation had been increasing that they might abandon their peg to the dollar or allow its currency to trade in a wider range, since the strengthening Chinese currency and a weakening U.S. dollar were making the territory's imports a bit more expensive. Some of the scheduled economic reports that we can expect on Thursday include the initial jobless claims for the week of October 27th, September incomes, consumer spending for September, core inflation, the ISM manufacturing index for October. In earnings news today, Hess Corporation said earnings rose to $395 million or $1.23 a share. That's up from 94 cents that was earned a year earlier in the third quarter. Analysts were looking for $1.36. MasterCard said that the increased cardholder spending, I should say, particularly overseas, boosted its profit by 63% in the third quarter. The company said profit in July through September period was $314 million, or $2.31 a share. Weyerhaeuser, one of the world's largest lumber and paper producers, said its third quarter profit dropped 55% on charges and weakness in the housing construction market that hurt its real estate business. Some of the scheduled earnings reports tomorrow include ExxonMobil, Blockbuster, Eastman Kodak, Credit Suisse, Office Max, Electronic Arts, Napster, SBA Communication, Trump Hotels, and World Wrestling Entertainment. Some of the stocks in the news today included Dell filing past due reports with the SEC, including information for fiscal years 2003 through 2006 and for the first quarter of fiscal 2007. Sirius Satellite Radio and XM Satellite Radio Holdings continue to talk about merger possibilities. An independent proxy advisory firm urging shareholders of the two companies to vote in favor of a proposed merger. And DreamWorks Animation said its third quarter profit grew more than fourfold on proceeds from the hit sequel Shrek the Third. And that's the latest on Market Wrap on this Wednesday. Jack Lott on the James Dix Financial Network.